What's up, guys? My name is Ralph, and I'm here with Darryl. Let's just pretend it's Darryl. And we're here for the first episode of Community Time. Hello, everybody. I am Darryl. So in this very first episode, we're going to take a look at some community suggestions for things we can try and build. And I'm going to showcase a kind of redstone contraption of the week. So let's start. The first thing we're going to try and do is light the Nether Portal without using a flint and steel. As you may have seen in our random loot survival series, we're having trouble getting the portal lit because we cannot get flint, and so we can't make a flint and steel. So someone suggested using some lava and just placing some wood nearby, and that eventually the wood should catch fire, and then yeah, that should then light the portal. So let's just put some wood around here and see what happens. I think you can't put the wood inside the portal because then it would kind of get in the way. Come on, let's see some portal lighting action. Okay, we've got some fire. One wood is gone. Second block's on fire. Come on. Okay, I think we might need a bit of extra wood on this side here. Just like that. Let's just give it some extra wood. Okay, we got more fire, guys. We got more fire. Wait a minute. That portal's lit. That portal was totally lit. So, great success, I would say. Let's get rid of this. Ow. Get rid of this wood. And we'll get rid of this lava again, because that's just the danger. But I believe we have ourselves a nether portal, lit without using a flint and steel. So that's 1 for the comments, I guess, and 0 for us. Let's get back out. So that was pretty crazy, huh, Darryl? Yes, it was. Another suggestion we had was that you can use an enchanted book, the enchantment of Silk Touch on it, and you don't need to put it on a tool, you can just use it in your hand and break stuff. So let's try that. Yep, that also appears to be working. I'm getting the glass back, and I'm getting grass blocks. Wonderful. That is a cool thing to... Oopsie daisies. That is a cool thing to know. Although I have heard that that is a bug, and they will fix that in the future, so you won't always have that. You alright, Darryl? Oh, yeah, I'm okay. So finally someone suggested, when we were making our bubble elevator, that why don't we just pour water in from the top? What we did is we made sure that every single block had a source block, so we're going around with buckets filling up all these blocks, and now this bubble elevator goes all the way to the top. But let's see what happens if we just put water in from the top. Is it going to work? No. See? No bubbles. It doesn't work. We can actually go inside all the way to the bottom, which is not possible on the other one. Cannot get down in this one. Bubble elevators need source blocks all the way. And the cool, easy way to do this, if you have access to a lot of kelp, is just pour water in from the top, plant kelp all the way up, because the kelp turns the flowing water into source blocks. And then you'll have source blocks going all the way up like this. And finally, here's what I'd like to show you, my little redstone contraption of the week. This is basically a trash disposal. So you make sure there's like a nice little source of lava in front of here. And then when this hopper fills up enough, it'll activate those two observers going into each other and spit out all the items, but it only starts activating when there's a bunch of items in there. So I'll have to put, all of this cobblestone. It deactivates the off switch, which is this piston, and then this observer starts putting out a signal. There's 1, it'll go 2, 3, and then 4. And then this push piston will push the observer in front of this one and start the observer clock and start spitting out items. So we'll have to put some more items in here for it to actually start and reach over there. What do I have? Dirt? Do I not have enough items on me? Okay, scaffolds. There we go. And then, so that one retracted, but it's not a sticky piston. The clock will keep going. We'll take everything out. We'll take everything out. There we go. And when it's empty, this piston pushes the observer out of the way. So let's build it. So we don't need a lot of items. We'll need a hopper that will eventually feed everything into the dropper. We're going to need 2 observers that makes part of the clock. We have 2 regular pistons that push that one observer into or out of position. We need 1 redstone comparator, 1 repeater, 1 torch, and a bit of dust. So first we'll put a dropper down wherever, and let's say you put your lava in front of it. I'll show you an example in a bit where there's lava in front of it. And then you get your hopper wherever on top, just so that it feeds the items in. On the back of this dropper, we're going to put a comparator, and that one is going to go straight into a block with a torch on the side. Now that torch is on because there is nothing inside. It's basically an inverted signal. This it's not being inverted at the moment. As soon as there's something inside, let's put 1 item inside. Now this comparator is putting out a signal into this block, which turns off this torch. So we'll leave that item in there for the moment. We'll put our first piston right at this torch. Next to this piston, we'll put 1 comparator with the output this way, and 1 comparator with the output this way. Now you see it's on. It's pulsing like crazy. So we can begin by taking this dust into this dropper. It spits out the item, and then because it's empty, it lets this torch turn on, which pushes the observer out of the way. Now we'll take our second piston and we'll put it on this side to push it back. Now outside the back of this block, we're going to take the line, and right behind this observer, that's where we're going to put our repeater, so that this observer does not mess with this line right here. If you wanted to start triggering earlier, you can actually add a repeater here or here. But right now it's when it's four redstone powers coming out of this comparator, that's when it's going to trigger the on switch. We'll just take that power into that piston in the back. So whenever there's sufficient items inside, the redstone signal will be strong enough to reach this repeater, which will just power up the signal and push this observer in front of this other observer. And because it's already started with this signal, this torch will have turned off, which would have retracted this piston already. So there you have it. We can put a bunch of crap in there just like I did before. There we go. Remember, first item retracts that piston, and then as you put more items in, the signal at the back gets stronger. When it reaches this one, it'll fire this piston, pushing the observer in front of the other one. Then when enough items get spat out, this signal will not reach here anymore and retract this piston again, but this piston is still retracted, so it's still firing the clock until it's all the way empty. This stops outputting power, this torch turns on, and this piston pushes the observer out of the way again. So here you can see a little example. Everything is under the ground behind here. I can dig out a little bit to show you. Everything is here underground. Just going around here. And then the lava is right here in front of that dropper right there. And I put a trap chest on top of the hopper so that when it's open, it doesn't suck anything out. It's giving out some power. But then I can just put everything in. As soon as I close the chest, it'll start feeding into there. And then it'll start putting everything out into the trash, into the lava. So that was it for the first community time. Next time I'll hope Darryl will be here in real life. Right, Darryl? Yeah, next time I'll be here in real life. Alright, say bye, Darryl. Bye. Bye, everybody. There's a fire behind me.